go hand fan.
Period. Hello, and welcome to the Cup TV, the currently unnamed podcast, where we put the real and the tea in reality, and where you can always come to us first to quench your thirst. I am Lana, and guess what? I'm Lana, and I'm awesome. And you know
Aha!
why? Because my cup tells me I am. I'm awesome. And I am here to give the tea, spill the tea, and drink that tea because you know I loves me some tea per. And if you have some tea, you know what to do. Hit me up. I am currently drinking orange juice right now in my awesome cup because somebody told me to just remind myself that I'm awesome today. So I am awesome.
I
But
came to play.
period. If I was drinking anything else, I would be drinking it out of my cup mug.
Cup mug. Cup
So
mug.
not have a
Mine is in the drainer. Cup, 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 cup,
oh,
cup mug.
we don't have a panel full of cup mugs. Well, no, I can't do it then.
Oh, wait, hold on. Let me just go get it. Topers is right there. Hold on.
Because I like to throw a party if we're gonna do it. Because yes, my cup mug.
Cup mug.
Period. Topher is now a part of the.
Yes.
You got it. Cup mug. Yeah, panel full of cup mugs. Panel full of cup mugs. Pew, 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 pew.
Perfect for all of your warm and cold beverage needs.
Period. And you can have your cup mug at lanagscreations.etsy.com, where we do ship internationally and domestically here in the US, so there are no excuses. And WWE Universe, especially you, Australia, and Perth, especially. I'm looking at you. If we got to get up at 4 or 5:30 in the morning for you, I'm looking at you. Get your cup merch. Period.
Finally, the heel Toph has come back to the Cup Podcast. Your boy Topher, I took the Royal Rumble off because I was there and got to enjoy that in person, and I got to celebrate being a Cody crybaby in person. But let me tell you, if I am ever more excited than for a heel Rock to come back and to layeth the smack down all over these inbred candy asses.
Period.
Let's go inbred candy asses. See, it's funny. We've already gotten 2 Miz references today because Lana is awesome and I'm jealous of Topher. So, you know. But hi everybody. It's Brooke, your representative member of Team Liv Morgan, as always. And if you aren't a fan of that, cry about it. Regardless, this is going to be a excellent Elimination Chamber because 1, it's not a bloated card, which is great, and 2, the lineups for these chamber matches is incredible, and that tag team match is a good one, and then Nia Jax Rhea Ripley. But hey, Nia's been doing the best work of her career, so let's give her that. And
I'm about to say, let's not do
maybe
Naya.
maybe Nia can pull an entertaining match out of Rhea when she isn't like double the size of her opponent, but we'll see. So
I am excited about this chamber. I don't. At first, I was like, "Baby, I'm not waking up early to see this. I'm just gonna wait and watch it in the replay." I don't know. I'm thinking about it now. I might have to go to bed early Friday night and wake on up. But
I'm waking up at 5 a.m. I ain't got no reason not to. So I'm gonna set my alarm for 4:55. Wake up, pour me some coffee, and turn the TV on and rock and roll.
See, that makes 2 of us because I am completely occupied on Saturday. So I'm going to be one of those late watchers on Sunday, and hopefully I don't get spoiled between now and then. But it does look like a really good card, and I'm actually kind of surprised because about 3 weeks ago, I was not excited for this pay-per-view at all.
yeah,
because I mean, not only do we have the 2 chambers and the tag title match, the women's title match, we also got an addition to the Grayson Waller effect that's going to have Cody and Seth on it. So, I mean, honestly, this seems like a really good, like what No Way Out used to be back in the day, which was just the biggest stop between WrestleMania and Royal Rumble. Um, so hopefully it doesn't disappoint.
Yeah. But before we get too deep into it, let's do some business stuff and get it out the way. Subscribe to this channel. Hit the button, hit the notification bell, hit all the things to say that you are a fan of this show, and we really appreciate you because we are a fan of you. So hit the follow button and all of that thing. Hit the bell. If you are a fan of WWE wrestling and reality TV, hit this button. If you're a fan of drag or drag race, you can go to our main channel at the Cup Pod and hit the follow button over there as well. Also, if you want to give us a monetary donation to this channel, there's the super thanks over there. Do that. Hit that. We appreciate you. Anything that you give will go right back into this channel to help us make better content for you. Also, our membership channel is now open, so you can join the membership channel, get some exclusive content, which we will be giving from all three of our channels going into one exclusive membership channel. So you can get content from here, you can get your content from our main channel, and you can get exclusive content from the Cup ESC, the Eurovision channel, if you're a fan of Eurovision. So check out all of those pages, hit the subscribe buttons, and yeah, we appreciate you. Join the tea room or our Patreon, which the link will be in the description below as well. Join all of those things. Only $5 to get exclusive reactions for some good stuff. You can't beat it. So join us on all of those things. Now, here we are, Elimination Chamber. We're gonna dive right into it because it's worth it. It's worth the diving into. So let's get into it.
Also, this logo,
Yeah.
Really,
I'm kind of here for it.
Me too. I was like, they did pretty good.
I love it. I love it. And I love that, again, this international PLE situation that they have going on just makes these events, because what separates a PLE from like a regular Raw or SmackDown other than the fact that you watch it on Peacock versus anywhere else? There's not really anything. So these taking place internationally or in big venues is that thing that sets it apart and makes it feel like you're watching something special.
Absolutely.
I mean,
go
on
ahead.
top of that too, this is also the third year in a row Elimination Chamber hasn't been in the US. So it really feels like we're slowly like starting to get back to that point where we're seeing these shows going across the globe. Like we mentioned in our year review thing a few months back, that we're going to have shows in Germany and France. We're going back to England and we're going to Australia. I guarantee we're going to Saudi Arabia a few times. Like, it's really awesome, especially after last year with how well Backlash went in Puerto Rico,
Yes.
where we're getting to see these crowds that don't get these big events very often showing just how much they care. Because Lord knows we see events in LA and Chicago and Philly and New York and Orlando and Atlanta and New Orleans and wherever all the time. So getting to go to these more, I don't want to say niche, but more rare locations really makes it feel more special.
Absolutely. And I feel like I was talking about earlier how we'll have to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning for some, 3:30 for some. But like, we have become so very comfortable here in the U.S. Well, we're used to all the pay-per-views and all the things being here. So it's like, I'm not waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning for this. I'm gonna watch it. If you can, why not? But if you're working, I understand because you don't really have the time or you got things to do. Sure. But like, I was like, that's such a first world problem for us. Like, we got to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning. Everybody across in all these other countries have been doing this for years.
Yes.
We do it for what? One, maybe two pay-per-views. We could do it. So I'm glad that we have this problem.
I mean, this is the first time in 6 years we've had a pay-per-view in Australia.
Mm-hmm.
And if you wanted to look at me and tell me the Super Showdown was meant to be a big event, I mean, I don't know about that. But like, I'm just really excited to see where things go here, and this should be a really great card.
Absolutely. So let's start off with, our tag team championship match against the Judgment Day. I will say, at first I was like, what? Do I really want to see this match, this tag team match? But then I watched the number one contenders match and I watched how good it was. And I was like, wait a minute. Okay. I want to see what they do. I kind of hope they take the belts off the Judgment Day. I don't know if that's going to happen, but I would love to see it. I would love to see it.
See, I have been a fan of. They're now called New Catch Republic, which just let them be British strong style, you cowards. But of Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne, R.I.P. Trent Seven, as a group of three people for ages, back in NXT UK and on the indie circuit in Europe. So when Pete got called up to begin with and Tyler got left at NXT, I was a bit bummed because I definitely think there's a lot of potential with the two of them. I'm so happy, one, that Tyler's finally on the main roster. He should have been up here years ago. But two, that seems like the company has some faith in them. You know, not only did they let them win a mini tournament, but, you know, giving them a title match on pay-per-view. Do I think they're going to win? No. Do I think they should win? Yes. And I think that's a very big difference to me because I honestly think at this point we're either going to have Finn and Damian versus R-Truth and The Miz for the tag belts at WrestleMania, or R-Truth and The Miz are going to cost them the belts at Elimination Chamber, and they're going to fight at WrestleMania. One of the two. So I would like it to be Pete and Tyler winning here, because I do think that lets the tag scene be a little bit more developed and have more going on than just the Judgment Day have had the titles for so long and we're all kind of bored with it. But, you know, that's just me.
So I do think that this does open the door. If there's ever an opportunity, because you cannot come to Perth. The biggest, so to back up real quick, last time they were in Australia, I think the thing that fell was that it didn't feel like it was a major event. Like it was, but it also just felt like we were just getting to watch a house show, because this is off of the first Saudi show, off of the first like Beast in the East situation. It just felt like we were watching a house. We were getting to watch a live tour house show. Now they have promoted this event as one of the biggest events possible, and they need to have something impactful take place. I think a championship change here is the thing to do, because you don't need the tag titles on the Judgment Day going into WrestleMania, because you need them both to do their own thing, and we don't want the tag titles to be unaccounted for. So this is a perfect opportunity to have a physical tag team that's an actual tag team go into WrestleMania as tag champs. That's what I think.
And imagine them feuding, like the amount of unique matchups we could get with them versus some really cool other tag teams like Rags and Riches that just started with Ashanti Adonis and Cedric Alexander. Like, I need that match on my screen immediately. Just those two teams. You got like these two amazing high flyers versus two of the most technical wrestlers on the planet. Please shut up and take my money. You got them. You got the Street Profits. You have New Day. Like, a lot of these groups have already feuded with Judgment Day, and I feel like they're starting to run out of options. Which is the struggle you get when you have a long title reign, because they've basically been champs for most of the past like 7-8 months. So I think it's time.
I agree. I think it's time. I don't know if this is going to happen, because I do think setting it up for R-Truth and me and the Awesome Truth to come in, because I feel like R-Truth is so over, and like so many people want R-Truth to finally get his revenge against the New Day. I mean, the Judgment Day. But I'm like, do we need them to have it for the titles? Oh, I don't think it's necessary. Like, I don't think they need to fight for the titles, but I'm like, but if they do fight for the titles, it'll be sweeter to take it. It's a whole lot. I don't know. I would love to see Pete Dunne as they that was the funniest thing to me. I was like, stop calling that man Dunne. But anyway, but I would love to see Pete Dunne and Tyler like win this. And I agree with you. I think that it will open up the doors for so many established tag teams to actually fight and get in and let's have a real tag team scene. I think this is a great opportunity for them to just go on and split the tag teams back up so we can have 2 belts fighting amongst each show and have a tag team division just fighting. I don't know. But I don't think it's going to happen, but I would love to see it happen. That's my prediction. So are we in agreement? Do we think it's going to happen? Or we want it to happen, but we don't think it's going to happen?
Want it to happen? I do think it's going to happen. I do think because they need to free the other 2 up, possibly to feud with each other. I don't know. They kicked out Truth from the Judgment Day.
That's the thing. Is that storyline going to keep going to Mania? I don't know. Because I honestly thought that was going to end at Elimination Chamber with Awesome Truth taking the tag belts off of Judgment Day. And then Finn and Damian were going to feud going into Mania. Now that that's not happening, I couldn't really tell you where this is going to go. I'm just going to go with my heart here, and I'm going to pick New Catch Republic. I do hope they win because, dear Lord, I need Damian to start rising up that card and be a main eventer while he has that briefcase. He is running out of time real quick. So, yeah, I'm picking Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate. Lana taking notes?
I am. I want to make sure because we said that we were going to make this a thing with us here at the Cup. We're going to. I think the Judgment Day is winning. That's my call. I think the Judgment Day is winning.
See, I think you're right, but I would rather be wrong and pick the team I want to win in this particular situation.
All right. Well, we'll see who has the bragging rights at the end of this. When we come back for our recaps, that person can be the heel of the episode. And we have to just take all of their crap the entire episode because they were right. Next up, Nia versus Rhea. And this is a great picture of Rhea. I just want to say this makeup is sickening. Stupid sickening. But I'm excited about this match, actually. I didn't think I would be, but I am. But because the build-up for this has been good. I like the fact that they gave them a build-up. It wasn't just, I'm going to fight you, and that's it. It was, Nia came out with her reasoning. She was like, I think you said it earlier, Brooke, but Nia has been the best she has been since her return. Like, this is the best Nia Jax that we've seen since she's been in the WWE, in my opinion.
I agree.
I love a good heel Nia, but in this dominating heel Nia, and it makes me believe that, yeah, she is that dominant. Yeah, she is, I don't know if I believed it as much the first go around because I felt like they kind of started it that way and then took it away, and it was like, oh, well, she could be beat. Now, in this since she's been back, I feel like they kept the story going like we wanted it to be happening the first time, and she feels more dominant. It's like she came back better and bigger than ever, and it feels more believable. And I don't know if she's going to win, but I know she's going to give Rhea probably the most work than anybody has done since Rhea got the belt. Like, it's been a squash for Rhea a lot of times, and even when people took her to a limit, it was still like, but she still walked out like, I still am. She ain't gonna walk out of there like that after Nia. I don't think. I think it's gonna be like, somebody help. I think she'd have cracked my back. Like I don't know if she wins, it's not gonna be the same. So I kind of am excited about this.
I'm just praying that Rhea walks out of this match at all.
Me too. I hope she don't get hurt because Nia will hurt.
Nia Jax is, maybe she's safe now. I want to give her the benefit of the doubt that Nia Jax has turned herself around. But Rhea Ripley is going into WrestleMania as champion. We're going to get a bomb feud that we'll talk about after we look at the next at the Women's Chamber match. But Rhea is on fire and is a star. I do wish that she was going to be competing in a match that was a little bit more competitive because I feel like what they're going to end up doing is this is going to be a 5-minute squash for Rhea. I know we only have 4 matches on the card, but I just feel like they want to make Rhea look as strong as possible, and squashing the I don't want to call her the giant, like it's not like, but squashing a opponent that is out matching her in every way, I think is really good for her. So my money's on Rhea.
Since Wes is not here, I will take the opportunity to do this for him. This will be the Brookstradamus prediction of the evening. Rhea is winning this match. I do not see a single possibility where Nia wins this unless Rhea hurts herself in the match. Like, other than that, like, there's just no shot. They're not going to have Nia win the belt in Australia. It's Rhea's home country. Rhea's been champ since Mania last year. And she's very clearly on a collision course with somebody in that Elimination Chamber. Because when you listen to the 6 women have that promo on Raw, 5 of them talked about Rhea. And the one who didn't was Raquel. You really, no offense to Raquel, but you think Raquel is winning that match? I don't think so. So, yeah, I don't see a world where Nia wins here unless it's like a shock pop kind of thing. And I don't think they're going to do that. I don't see what that brings to WrestleMania that Rhea wouldn't bring if she was here. Could I see this going to like a no contest? Yeah, I could see that. But I am going to pick Rhea.
Yeah. I think Rhea's winning for sure. Number one, like I said, they're not letting her lose in Australia. It's been all this time since we've been to Australia, and we're not going to let her come home to Australia to lose the championship. She is coming in as the obvious choice. Obvious choice. The fans are going to be behind her. The country is going to be behind her. She's going to win this match. But I don't think it's going to be a squash. And here's why. Because I don't think anybody believes Nia is going to win this match. But they still have to keep a certain air about Nia where she is still coming off as a dominant force. If they have it to be a squash and she gets taken out in 5 minutes, then everything out after that will be it'll be like we did the first round. I won't believe she's this dominant force. And it's like, as dominant as Rhea is, they still want to make Nia. I think Nia can lose this match and still win this match. You know what I mean? She doesn't have to win to win. She can lose and still win because this is the best we've seen Nia, and I don't think they're going to like stop that motivation and halt that right now. She's going to lose, but she's going to be very dominant in this match, and it's going to take Rhea to her limit, and then Rhea's going to pull it out. But that's not a bad thing for Rhea because that's like, that just shows her heart and her grit and her, how much she can withstand the pain and the, what she can withstand. And then she pulls it out in the end. Her going into Mania, that makes her look like, I got heart, I got grit, I got determination, and no matter what you do, you won't stop me. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So yeah, I think it's Rhea's winning, but Nia is not it's not gonna be a squash to me, in my opinion.
I agree. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a battle of the immovable force versus the irresistible object.
Absolutely. And which is which?
Didn't they used to call Nia the irresistible force? I don't know if they still do that or not. Yeah. But yeah, I think they're both it's going to be a good match. I hope. And this is not a knock on Nia. It's actually a knock on Rhea. Because Rhea has shown in her defense against Raquel a few months back that when she has to match somebody who wrestles a similar style to her, it is a bit of a struggle sometimes. And again, maybe that was just an off night at the office. I'm not sure. I definitely think Rhea and Nia both have the ability to put on entertaining matches. We've seen it from both of them. So if they both go out and give their A game, it's going to be a great match. I'm not worried about it. And honestly, I never thought I would say this, but I'm not really worried about Nia injuring her anymore. Like, I guess I have been won over by Nia Jax. I can't, I'm not, we got to remember, and maybe it's just those Ridge Holland vignettes that have been happening on NXT lately, but the injuries that Nia did, the Kyrie one and the Charlotte one and the Becky one, the Becky one made Becky's career, so I can't even be mad at that. And then Kyrie is fine now, and Charlotte's, I mean, not fine now, but nothing to do with the Nia thing. So, like, I don't feel too
No
many
harm, no
ways about
foul.
it. No,
No
there's
harm,
no
no
major
foul.
harm, no major foul. You know what I mean?
Hey, I agree. But
So Rhea across the board.
yeah,
Yes.
absolutely. Absolutely. Let's move into our men's elimination chamber match. Well, we have Kevin Owens, Bobby. Oh Lord, we have fight Bobby, fight. The Almighty, Randy Orton, Drew McIntyre, Logan Paul, and L.A. Knight. Yeah.
Yeah,
So what we thinking?
I am stunned that Sami Zayn is not in this match. I'm like kind of shook about that. I thought Sami was like a lock for this. Um, especially when looking at some of the other options that are in this match. Cough, cough, Bobby Lashley, cough, cough, Logan Paul. Um, and nothing to say with either of them, but like I mean, LA Knight too, they're all, and Randy Orton, they're all, literally, Drew McIntyre is the only Raw guy in this match. That is crazy. Um, but like, even on top of that too, like, Logan is the US champ. Bobby is nowhere near any of this. He's been feuding with Karrion Kross. Like, I just thought Sammy was a shoe-in for this, and then he lost his qualifier, and I'm like, what the hell? But like, I mean, we all know who's gonna win. I feel like I feel like that's not a doubt in anyone's mind. If you, I don't. Somebody would need to compel me to pick anybody but Drew McIntyre here.
Absolutely.
Yeah, like, as much as I would love to see like Kevin Owens win, like that would be amazing to me. It's got to be McIntyre.
Even though it's very predictable that it could be Drew McIntyre, I think the thing that makes this chamber match feel so important is they have done such a good job leading up to it that there is a case and a reason for any one of these 6 men to win the match. And also, 5 of these 6 men have to do the job. They are going to lose by either pinfall or submission. And I think lately we've seen a pattern in elimination chambers where, the first elimination chamber match ever was like 6 bona fide main eventers. Everybody had competed for the world title within the last like 2 months of that chamber match taking place. Like each one had their own independent shot at it, right? So like that was a big deal. And that's kind of the precedent that was set for elimination chambers. Well, somewhere along the line, it kind of bled into 1 or 2 big stars and then like 1 or 2 mid-card, half big, half mid-card, and then like 2 jobbers that were kind of like part of the match as well, just so that way you had some people to take some falls when really it was just a one-on-one match. This truly feels like an epic encounter that is going to be very hard fought, and we are not, I don't know how to call this. I don't know how to predict this, other than, yes, it does make the most sense for Drew McIntyre to win it. However, it doesn't make sense for any of these other people to lose it.
Well, I'm gonna ask real quick because it seems like all 3 of us are in agreement on who's gonna win. So why don't we offer a bonus point towards the predictions here if we can pick the final 2 of either chamber? Because I think here the runner-up is a lot harder to call than in the women's match. I think the final 2 in my mind is like pretty set in that one. Here, literally, I could see 4 out of 5 people in this match being a runner-up, and I would not be shocked. Like, I think the only person I'm like, probably not is Logan Paul. I don't see him being like a credible final 2 guy. I think I'm probably going to say it's going to be Drew and Kevin are going to be the final 2. I think that would be really fun. But it could be literally any combination of Drew and anyone, and I wouldn't disagree with it, other than maybe Logan.
So here's my thing. I think Logan Paul is here for the same reason Montez Ford was there last season. They need somebody who's going to do some crazy dive or something that's going to make everybody go, whoa. What spot is going to be? I don't know what it's going to be, but somebody needs to do the high flying crazy spot for, for the chamber. So that's Logan Paul's job. He's going to do that. I don't think he's going to be the final two. I think the final two is going to be Drew and Randy because he's Randy Orton. And you have to give the nod, I think, to Randy. Even if he's not going to win it, he has to be in the last of it, I think. I think Logan and Kevin still have that underlying thing going on between the two of them. So they go focus so much on each other that is going to cost them in the end. And then Bobby and LA Knight are just like there. I just feel like they're just there for this match. They're going to give some good, some fighting. It's going to be fun to watch. But I think it's going to come down to Drew and Randy, and then Drew's going to win.
See, imagine a world where LA Knight wins this Elimination Chamber, though. Again, out of everyone here, he is the only other person I could see an argument for right now. Because I feel like Randy's gonna end up fighting AJ at Mania again, and I feel like we're getting Kevin and Logan now, and Bobby and Karrion Kross have been doing their thing for a month plus now. LA Knight really doesn't have anybody lined up at Mania as of yet. So let's say McIntyre gets eliminated by a roll up by Logan Paul or something. He gets eliminated first, right? And LA Knight just trudges through, wins the chamber, and then he comes out on Raw, starts cutting a promo. McIntyre beats the crap out of him, and we get a triple threat at WrestleMania. I would pay money for that. LA Knight, Drew McIntyre, Seth Rollins. That sounds awesome. But I do think Drew's gonna win. Occam's razor.
And you said that Kevin is gonna be the final two?
Yeah, I am regretting that choice now, but I'm gonna stick to my word.
Okay, and what do you say, Topher?
I think that Drew McIntyre is absolutely going to win this, but I do think that this chamber match may set up multiple avenues to get there. And I think that it's possible that maybe if Drew doesn't win it, I think it's very possible that we see a Randy Orton win.
So you think Randy's going to be his final two?
Yes. It's going to come down to Drew and Randy, 100%.
All right. Sounds good. Let's move on to our last match, and that is the Women's Elimination Chamber match. We have Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, Naomi, Becky Lynch, Bianca Belair, and Tiffany Stratton.
Well, for starters, this is an incredible lineup. I think, like Topher mentioned earlier, there for a while, it was kind of you throw in a few jobbers, and then you have Asuka and Shayna Baszler be the final two kind of thing. Here, I mean, 4 out of 6 people here are, in my opinion, certified main eventers, or at least, at minimum, 5 out of 6 of them are upper mid-carders, established upper mid-carders. And then Tiffany, she just came up at the Rumble, and she's been having a really good start so far. Mm-hmm. And you can definitely tell they have plans for her. Because, I'll be honest, I think this is going to be match of the night. And I think this... okay, not surprising, but that's just saying. But, given the talent involved, I would be shocked. Also, Raquel's back, and I'm happy to see her. Even if I'm not, a stan or anything, I'm not, against her. Y'all know the agenda. I don't need to go into it, but y'all know the agenda. And that is all I have to say for now. I'll let y'all talk.
Topher?
Yes, I think that it's so tough. One, this is going to be a phenomenal chamber match. I think the women need a good chamber match because I think we need more women stars. I think the women have slowly... Yes, the ones that are in the main event are fine, but now we've gotten down to a point where we only have 2 women's matches on a card, sometimes only 1 women's match on a card, and we don't give any spotlight to anybody else when there's plenty of talented women that are sometimes more talented than some of the men are. So I hope that we make some stars here. I think that Becky Lynch is going to win this because of the Becky Lynch versus Rhea Ripley match. That is the dream match everybody's been waiting for. But my question is, where does that leave Bianca Del Rio? Not Bianca Del Rio. That leave Bianca Belair. Sorry, I went to Bianca Del Rio on Monday. My apologies. Where does that leave Bianca Belair? Who is she?
We gotta clip that and send that to Logan. He'll love
Who
that.
is she facing at WrestleMania? That's
Jade
what
Cargill.
I want to know.
Jade Cargill.
But where's Jade Cargill?
She'll be on SmackDown probably after or soon. Like,
is Jade Cargill going to be the face or the heel?
They don't need to have a face and a heel. It could be two talented women fighting at Mania.
Nobody wants to see that. I want to see a badass Bianca. So I need Bianca to be pissed that she lost this match, and I need her to take out her frustrations on somebody.
But we haven't seen an inkling of her being frustrated yet. And, like, if that were to happen, they need to build it quick. I don't feel like you can rush the Bianca heel turn after 3.5 years of her being
I don't
face.
think they're rushing it. I think it's slowly starting to happen already. I think we're starting to get a Bianca heel turn slowly but surely. This promo last week, other day was very NXT heel Bianca-ish, like very heel Bianca coded. So I'm not sure if it's. I'm thinking you're onto something, Topher. I really do believe. I do think Becky's winning, and I think it's going to come down to Becky and Bianca. But I think Becky is winning, but Bianca is going to be frustrated because this is going to be the first year she is not going to WrestleMania. She doesn't have a clear path to WrestleMania. So I think we're going to start seeing the frustrating Bianca, the spiraling Bianca, because she does not have a clear path to WrestleMania for the first time in 4 years. So now she has to scramble. She has to figure things out. She's annoyed. She's frustrated. Every turn she goes, the door is going to be closed on her face. She's going to get frustrated and desperate. And who do you turn your cards to? Somebody who the fans have been salivating for. We have been waiting for Jade Cargill to have her first solo match. We've been waiting. We've been killing. And here's the thing, though. Do you have Bianca go to WrestleMania against a Jade Cargill as heel Bianca and lose? Because she wants to keep her undefeated streak. But you don't put Jade Cargill in her first debut match at WrestleMania and have her lose. So what do we do?
When it comes to Bianca and Jade, right? I mean, I feel like at this point, we kind of all know that's where we're headed. I can't see it being anybody else right now.
Mm-hmm.
I want to talk about this actual match, though. Like, the people who are, like, in this chamber trying to get this world title match at Mania. Raquel, she just came back. There's no heat to her winning at all. I love Raquel, but she doesn't need it. Naomi, if Naomi wins this match, I'm going to throw a party. I will celebrate. I will hoot and holler. I will be thrilled. I don't see it happening, but I will be stoked. Tiffany, they're not going to do heel versus heel at Mania. No. So that leaves it with Liv, Becky, and Bianca. Bianca has been in a championship match at Mania for the past 3 years. I think we are kind of needing a break. As much as I love Bianca having a belt, I will never complain about Bianca being in a title match ever because she's incredible. But it would be nice to have a little bit of variety. I am so sick of Becky Lynch getting opportunity after opportunity after opportunity, winning any championship she wants, going wherever she wants, holding a belt for however long she wants. She is literally becoming a scourge on my television in the past year. I have gotten so sick of her. I was sick of her when she took the belt off Bianca at SummerSlam 2 years ago. And I don't care if she was out for maternity leave for a year before that. There is zero heat to Becky and Rhea right now. None. Not a damn thing. Other than Becky needs to prove that she's the best. No one cares. Like, I do not care. I have not met a single fan who is, like, genuinely captivated by the story that they are presenting for Rhea and Becky. Like, I haven't met anybody for that, and I can't see it because it's such a nothing burger, right? The match will be good because they're both talented, they're both great, whatever, right? But there's nothing that's made me want it. Versus Liv and Rhea, there is a captivating story that has been built in to the product, right? And it's not even just Rhea took Liv out. Liv and Rhea have a storyline going back like 2 years that is just sitting there. And I understand that I have a very obvious and noted and widely reported on Liv Morgan bias on this channel. I'm not going to pretend like I don't. But you cannot tell me that out of all 6 of these women, that the person that has the most compelling story to fight Rhea at Mania is Liv.
I mean, I agree with you. I think Liv has the best story. I definitely think if we're going back by history and a built-in storyline, that'll be great. But I can also see a story for Naomi. I can also see a story for Becky. And that's the thing. I can also see a story for Bianca. There's the thing. There's stories there for all of these women. Naomi's story, she just got back. She has proven herself to be, she has grown outside of this company, become champion in a whole nother company, come back to fight and be a champion once again in this company. Story. Becky Lynch. She has lost her title. She ain't been the champion for quite a long time now. She feels defeated. She wants to prove herself that she is the man, that she can beat Rhea Ripley. Story. Bianca Belair. She lost her championship. She wants to come back and regain her championship. She's been at WrestleMania 3 years in a row. She's 3-0. She will come back, win her championship, be 4-0. Yeah, is it a great story? Nah, but it's a story. It's a story.
But that's the thing. And this is something I've really enjoyed about Triple H being the guy in charge of creative, right? It feels like every match on a pay-per-view is supposed to matter, right? Mm-hmm. And we're not getting needless fluff thrown onto pay-per-views to make it artificially inflated, right? To me, if you were going to say, hey, 3 years from now, we're going to look back at this storyline and remember it, and it's going to be an iconic women's storyline of the next, 5 or 6 years, right? Or hell, the next, 3 decades, right? We still talk about Trish and Lita. We still talk about, those iconic women's feuds, Molly and Victoria. There are just some feuds like Michelle and Nikki that we just come back to. Sasha and Bayley, Sasha and Charlotte. There are feuds we come back to. I don't see Rhea and Becky in the state that it is in right now being into that level.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think this is a storyline that's going to be one that we come to talk about in years to come. But to be honest, I'm not going to be talking about Liv and Rhea either in years and years to come. That's just and it's nothing against Liv and it's nothing against Rhea. It's just the fact that Liv just got back too after being hurt. Yes, Rhea took her out, but it's they haven't had a buildup of any kind to make me go, this is going to be the rivals of all rivals. It just hasn't been. Now, maybe if Liv wins this match, we can do that kind of build up between them up until WrestleMania. But it's just, Liv is giving me more I'm back in I need to see Liv more in her revenge era. I need to see her deeper into her revenge era for me to believe that she is going to beat Rhea Ripley. Yes, she was the last person to pin Rhea Ripley. Absolutely. But would I believe she can do it again? Because I can be that was a fluke. That you were the last person to do it, but ain't nobody did it since. And Rhea only gets better and better and better. I don't know. We don't know what you've done. We haven't seen Liv in ring enough since she's been back for me to believe it yet. But I do believe she can get there. I just need to see her in her revenge era where it's so dark and so encumbered in revenge that I'm ooh, child, y'all done poked the bear and woke up a dragon. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. That's what I need from Liv. But I think it'll be a good story.
Yeah. My big thing about Elimination Chamber, and this is something I've believed for a long time, ever since I was like 12 or 13. Uh, the Royal Rumble match makes champions. The Elimination Chamber makes stars. And I've believed that for ages because you look back. Let's go to 2019. Okay, Kofi Kingston in the Elimination Chamber in 2019 went from being a guy that everybody loved and admired and thought was great to being the most over man in the company in one night in one match, right? Um, and you know, I definitely think it could end up being a bummer for me tonight on Saturday. If Becky wins, I'm gonna be irritated. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think we need to have Becky and Rhea, especially not right now. And it just feels like such filler to me. But I really think this is the right time for them to pull the trigger on Liv. And I think it doesn't hurt anyone else in this match to lose this match, but Liv, right? Everybody else, I mean, maybe Tiffany a little bit, but I mean, Tiffany's not winning this. So I mean, I just don't think anybody really gets hurt from losing this match more than Liv does, and I think she kind of needs to win. Because if she doesn't win, what has the past month been about? You know.
Well, Brooke, what is your prediction?
Liv Morgan win with a Liv Morgan Becky Lynch final two.
Okay.
I agree with the Becky Lynch Liv Morgan final two, but Becky Lynch is going over.
Yeah, I think the same way. I think Becky is winning with the Liv final two. All right.
Although if Naomi wins, we're all going to be happy.
I will be happy. I will be very happy if Naomi wins.
Surprise Tiffany Stratton win. I'd take that.
Well, surprise Tiffany Stratton. Look, it will be crazy.
I'm only going to be mad if Becky wins.
But
prepare to be disappointed. Can't wait
I mean,
next week.
Prepare to be elated. That's the way I look at it.
No, I think we go wrap it up here because honestly, that's it. We got nothing else to talk about. But I want to know what you all think in the comments. Leave us the comments who you think who's gonna win. We have our list. I have it written down. So when we come back next week, we can see who was correct or who was the most correct if we're not completely correct. But who was the most correct, and then you will see them in their villainous era. Me and Topher pretty much agreed on everything except one. So if we'll see what happens. But that's it.
Do you all think Samantha Irvin should have been in this Elimination Chamber match?
No,
I just think Samantha Irvin should call every match. I think she should call every match. But yes,
obligatory Samantha Irvin shout out.
Absolutely, because she is the best. But yeah, that's it. That's all. We appreciate you all for sticking around with us this entire time. If you have stuck around this time, subscribe to the channel. I don't know what you're doing if you haven't already, but subscribe to the channel. We will be back next week to talk about the reviews and our recaps and all of the things to see if we're right. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at The Cup Pod. You can see all of our socials. Follow up the three of us as well on our socials if you want. Get your cup merch. Not limited, but all of the cup merch. And that's it, y'all. We'll see y'all later. Cheers.
Cheers.
All right.
Bye.